What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I think might be somewhat game breaking. I'm not totally sure. We're going to have to see how it plays out because there are a few downsides. But anyway, either way, the weapon build in this video is going to be absolutely meta for sure until some things get changed. But as always, if you guys like the YouTube content, be sure to drop a like on the video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. But let's jump into it and I'll show you this weapon build. All right, so I'm just going to open up first with a time to kill chart. So this is the new LMG, the UGM-8 with no attachments in orange, the UGM-8 with the burst barrel in magenta, and then the NZ with the orb weaver barrel in the cyan color. And right off the bat, you're going to see that this is standard combination shot locations. Right off the bat, the regular UGM has insane time to kill, and that gets even better when you put the faster fire rate magazines on there. It's absolutely a meta gun by itself without the burst barrel, but I also think that the burst barrel can be meta. And the reason for that is, one, it's insanely accurate. It's also a new type of burst where you don't actually have to keep clicking each time to shoot. You can literally just hold it down. So you just treat it like an automatic, but yet it shoots a 4-round burst repeatedly. You don't ever have to, unpull the trigger. It's just constantly firing each time it can. So that makes it, it's a lot easier to use than having to click or pull the trigger. Looking at this, it doesn't look like it's going to be super competitive in the burst barrel. You get this 892 millisecond TTK. It is a 4-round burst, like I said. So this is 9 shots to kill. So this is the first 2 bursts done, and then you have to wait for that last burst delay to get the last shot off to get the kill. So that's why this looks pretty bad. Even on combination shots, it's not enough to get that bullets to kill down by 1, which means that it can't quite get to a 2 burst kill. But this thing literally has no recoil. And it's going to be very, very easy to get 2 headshots. And if you get 2 headshots with this thing, so let's up our headshot percentage to like 25, say, and then 17 on chest. So that's going to be essentially getting 2 headshots with the burst barrel. Now you can see that it's actually beating the default UGM by a pretty decent amount. I mean, that's like, a couple bullets there almost. That's 100 milliseconds out at range, which is a dramatic difference. And already the UGM-8 by itself had insane time to kill. So let's go look at this thing. I want to show you guys exactly what I mean when I say this build has no recoil whatsoever. It has okay bullet velocity. It's going to be a little bit slower bullet velocities than some of the other choices in the game, which is going to be one of the things that holds it back. But overall, crazy good. Real quickly, before I show you guys some gameplay to show you how low recoil this is, I want to show how these damage values work out. So if you get all chest shots, you're actually going to be able to either get 2 headshots or 1 headshot, 1 neck shot, and you'll still do enough damage to get that insane 623 millisecond time to kill. It does have a different damage value for stomach and extremities. So really, realistically, you're probably going to need 2 headshots because you'll probably hit some of these in there. Definitely, stomach or upper arm. Those would be really common to sneak in a couple of those shots. And if you do that, you'll still be able to get it does 3 damage less if you do that, and 2 headshots gives you 12 damage more. So that means you could hit 4 of these shots, 4 of the stomach or extremities shots, 2 headshots, and then the rest chest, and you'll still get this just absolutely insane 623 millisecond time to kill. But time to kill means nothing if you can't hit your shots. So I want to show you guys how little recoil this actually has in game. All right, so this was just me playing earlier. I'm just going to put some gameplay in the background here, but I'm 240 meters away from that guy. And you can see that it's no problem at all. Like I haven't quite learned the bullet velocity yet, and it is a little bit lower than some of the other guns that you could use. But I think the low recoil and the time to kill potential is really intriguing and probably worth it. I mean, it literally doesn't move. That's 240 meters and you don't have to do anything. Like there's no recoil. All 4 shots go in the same spot. And it doesn't have any recoil with the build that I'm going to show you guys. So I think this is going to be kind of oppressive potentially, like on Caldera specifically, because just having no recoil on Caldera is going to be disgusting. And the burst is super easy to use, like I said, because you don't actually have to press the mouse key or press the trigger over and over to actually shoot. You just hold it down just like it's automatic. So I think it's going to be really good. Okay, so for the recommended build, I'll go through each attachment here. MX Silencer, this is just because it gives the most bullet velocity of any of the suppressors. It gives 15% bullet velocity, whereas the Mercury only gives 10%. And this build does need as much bullet velocity as possible. Obviously, we're going to use the burst barrel. That's the whole point of the build. You can use whatever optic you want. Like I said in the past, if you're on console, you might want to use something, with less zoom, so you're not zoomed in so much because you're on independent. Using like a 1.5x optic will give you a similar amount of zoom to when you see like a streamer on PC using a 3x optic. But again, it's a trade-off because you probably are sitting a little bit further from your screen, so it's up to you. Whatever optic feels good to you. I love the 3 to 6x on this thing because the 3x is a close range optic pretty much for more of a long range gun where you can use it inside like 75 meters or so. But this thing's so accurate that you're literally going to be able to beam people out to 200 meters no problem. And in those cases, the 6x comes in just so handy. It's so easy to see your target. So I think for this gun, 3 to 6x is pretty much a no-brainer for most situations. I tried all the different stocks, and I definitely liked this the roam walled attack YR the most. So initial firing recoil, this is great for a burst gun because each time you fire a burst, it's going to be initial firing basically. That in combination with giving you slightly better aimed walking movement speed and aimed walking steadiness, which are both really, really nice for a long range gun. Being able to strafe left and right can be really important. Obviously, your strafe's not going to be very good with this still. It's an LMG. It's still going to be heavy. So we're really more interested in the aim walking steadiness. And that really helps because if your reticle's bobbing around as you're trying to strafe and shoot somebody, that can be really distracting and make it really difficult to hit shots. We don't care about sprint to fire speed or hip fire on an LMG, so that does not matter. Like I said, I tried these and that one easily felt the best for the burst build. Strafe angle just helps the most with horizontal recoil of all the attachments, so that's the one that I tend to go to on certain things like this. Even with this build, even though I don't have any vertical recoil attachments really, like I showed in that clip there, 230, 240 meters, it does not have any vertical recoil whatsoever. And I think that's because of the initial firing recoil attachment along with the magazine. But Strife just really kind of helps with visual a little bit too, and just tightens it up left to right. You're literally not even gonna have to be mounted, and you'll be able to down somebody if they're not moving at 240 meters with 2 bursts if you hit 2 headshots. As far as mag goes, this is really personal preference. You want one of the ones that helps with fire rate for sure. The 303 British 75, 6.5 Sakura 125, and then the 50 round fast mag. All 3 of them, I tested the fire rates on these with the burst barrel, and it was like within a margin for error how much they helped the fire rate. So it doesn't matter. You can pick which one you want. I like the 50 round mag just because it's going to help with your aim down sight speed, which is going to make you more competitive against ARs. It still helps your fire rate, still helps your reload, your recoil, and it's going to help your reload a lot. So unfortunately, all of them slow down your bullet velocity, but again, in the benefits of this gun, even though it has lower bullet velocity, I think are going to be worth it. And we don't care about damage range because the burst barrel has no drop off, so you get the same TTK everywhere. Ammunition, obviously lengthened. We want the most bullet velocity we can get. Rear grip, while it's still bugged, definitely taped grip. I can revisit this after tape gets fixed. They're probably going to fix it pretty soon. I mean, it's a pretty big bug. So for now, tape grip for sure, just because it gives you that insane movement speed. Even on an LMG, you're going to be flying with this thing. And then for perks, we have some really good perks on this LMG. So tight grip is an awesome perk, as most people know. Brace can be a really good perk as well. But like you saw, you don't need brace. This is the exact build I was using in that clip. You don't need brace at all. There's no recoil at 240 meters, so you don't need any extra recoil help. So Surveil is a bullet velocity increasing attachment, and again, this build is starved for bullet velocity a little bit, so we want to use Surveil for sure. And then perk 2, I just use on hand because it helps with aim down sight speed a little bit, but obviously you can use whatever you want here. Fully loaded and on hand are probably the 2 best. All right, well, that's all I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it'll be a fun gun to use. I'm hoping that it's not just completely OP and broken, but get out early, use it now. And like I said, this gun's fantastic. Even if you don't use this barrel, if you use the regular barrel with the smaller caliber magazine, it has fantastic time to kill as well. And it only needs 1 neck shot or 1 headshot to reduce that time to kill at range. So again, we see that time and time again that the meta weapons are all weapons that only need like 1 headshot. And if it's 1 neck shot, that's a benefit because basically it's like a big head hitbox. But yeah, this gun's going to be fantastic, and I'm excited that there's a burst gun that can be sneaking into the meta again, because I really enjoy using something besides an automatic. But this is basically an automatic because you can just hold the trigger down. that's all I want to show you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something, and I will see you on the next one.